Welcome to Las Vegas. Oh, I walked out of my hotel this morning and it was warm. No more -4 degrees. Woohoo! Well, I'm really excited to be here with you. I'm Leanne Moyers. I'm standing in front of the brand new Melrose showroom. And this is our holiday showroom. It is in Building C in Las Vegas. And our showroom number is 618. So if you've been with us before, you know we were always on the 9th floor, had a little bit smaller showroom. We have expanded. I'm going to show you a little bit about that today and talk a little bit about what you can expect being here for the Las Vegas show. Also this morning, I can't resist it. You know, we're here a day early. The show officially opens tomorrow. And I wanted to take you inside because the designers have really just done an exceptional job. You know, we have the same products available in Dallas and then to Atlanta and then finally here in Las Vegas. But we challenge them every time to show us something different. And you know what? They did. And so today I'm going to go over the Las Vegas preview with you. We're going to go inside the showroom and take a look at Norwegian Woods, which has 2 designer trees here in Vegas, and they are exceptional. And then we're going to finish up by talking about Nordic Fest. But to get started this morning, the first thing I'm going to tell you about, again, we have a huge move here at Melrose. And if you're coming to see us, usually you use the elevators. If you go all the way up to the 9th floor, well, getting here to our showroom, the easiest way is to go ahead and use the elevators again. We're going to go to the 6th floor. You come in, and the showroom's sitting just like this as you come off the elevators. And this is the hallway we're going to look down. This is the front of the showroom here. It starts with red velvet, and we move into Yuletide Garden. And again, you might see some of the designers putting some finishing touches on some things, hanging some things in the hallway. That's going to be happening a little bit today. And then as we move down, you can see, first of all, the signs. And Brian's going to show you that right now. C618. That's where our new showrooms are located for holiday. And as we move down through here, all of these openings are the new Melrose showroom. Isn't that incredible? That's a lot more space than what we're used to here in Vegas. I was just here in August taking a look at Home and Garden, and I think all of the Holiday and Hall of Home and Garden was probably about 3 of these doors, but as you can see, it goes all the way down to 4 doors, and then it goes across the hallway into Home and Garden. This is a really big change for Las Vegas. Very big change. We're very excited. We're so excited. We're going to do a bunch of new kind of fun and innovative things. We're going to give away these name badges to anybody that comes up to the 6th floor. All you have to do, come on in. Maybe your appointment's with Melrose later in the week. It doesn't matter. Come on in and say, can I have one of those cool name badges that Leanne had? And they'll say, sure. It's got a little zip enclosure here. We've got a little zipper. You can put your badge part here. Here's what I like about it. Under the zipper part, that's where I put my money. I put a couple credit cards in there. I have my hotel key here because I'm always got bags with me and everything when I go to the hotel, right? And I can't handle the key in the door. So I keep that right there on this name badge. Everything's together, and I can use this from show to show to show, or even if I decide to change and go to different venues. Fantastic. Everybody's going to get one. The other thing that you need to know about this big expansion celebration is that we're going to give away a big prize. We're going to give away $1,500 in Melrose merchandise to a lucky winner here in Vegas. We did the same thing in Atlanta, and we're going to double that and do the same thing here in Vegas. We have some 2nd and 3rd prizes, and then we're going to give away babies. Yeah, we really do have those. We have our little baby mini Fia Flames, and we're going to give away a lot of those to people that register to be part of the Melrose Insiders program. Speaking of which, all you have to do is go to melroseintl.com/insider, and you can get that program on your phone. And so that is something that we did in Atlanta. A lot of you took advantage of that. You got a lot of good insider information. That's what I do. I come into the show, I go through the reports that we have each day. I talk to the buyers, I talk to the top sales reps, I talk to the purchasing agents here for Melrose, and I get a little bit of background information about the products, what's selling hot, and what people are telling us as to how they're utilizing that for their business. So it's really good for designers, it's really good for retailers. So you want to sign up for that program, and each day of the show here in Vegas, you're going to get a different segment from me that is going to be whatever is being talked about here at the show, and it will be completely different than what we did in Atlanta, because I've already looked at this showroom, and I know there's a lot of different things here than what we saw in Atlanta. Let's go on in here. We're going to slide in here through these open doors. And the first thing you're going to notice is we're in Cedar Cottage. And we talked about Cedar Cottage in Atlanta, and I've already done a video. If you didn't see that, go check that out. We're going to pass the Highland Cow, which is the most popular ornament coming out of this with the red snowflakes. But the Highland Cow, moo, see you later. We're not talking about you today. We're going to slide back in here, and we're going to go over to what we call Norwegian Woods. Now this collection, as we finished up in Atlanta and we went back through and looked at the reports, 2 things stood out. One, yes, we are still continuing to see that homeowners that have that color palette in their home are still looking for products that tie into a little bit of blue. The other trend that we're seeing is Norwegian Woods celebrates the night sky. And that's kind of a mysterious, elegant time for Christmas to be decorating. And so in this collection, the designers put together 2 trees in Atlanta, 2 trees in Dallas, and they have 2 the same way here in Las Vegas. This is our darker tree. So we have very, very dark sapphires, deep, rich blues, and a little bit of iridescence. And of course, we want to have a little bit of iridescence to reflect and show that light. But some of the ornaments here are very unusual. I want to point to this one. This is just an ornament, but look at that shape. It's kind of like a fan shape. And as you turn it, you can just see the color, kind of that deep, deep saturated color that's going to pull into this tree. The ribbons are dark colors. The stems here, we have the pine cones with a dark, dark blue and a little bit of glitter. But one of the things that you're going to notice is that the ornaments themselves all have at least a hint of blue. Like, look at these icicles. So we've had clear icicles, and if you want clear ones, you can find those in Tinseltown when you're doing your shopping with Melrose. But these have blue, and it's just a subtle little touch of blue inside of that icicle. Another one of our new ornaments happens to be this one right here, and you'll notice that there's several different layers of color. You might think this is a plain glass ornament, but look at all the different definition here on this mirrored piece, the different layers of the paint that come in through here, and then it's embossed and raised on the outside with a little bit of the glitter. You're going to see that repeated on every ornament on this designer tree. We don't have anything that's plain here. This one has the jewels on the outside, but also look at the ombre color scheme. As you move that ornament back and forth, you're going to see the purple, the blue, and a little bit of green that fades into the clear, soft snow colors. This is one of my favorites. I just love these ornaments, and they're a pair assorted. This one has got the blue, and it's got several different shades of blue. It's darker in the seam, and then it almost has like feathers. You notice how it almost looks like almost like bird feathers or peacock feathers. I love this color with this blue. I like the gold on it. I like the little bits of snow, and they're just little bitty bits of snow right around the top and then right around the edges of the feather. That one has a partner, and that's this one right here. Gorgeous little ornament, but again, layers and layers and layers of detailing are involved in these ornaments on this tree. As we slide on around, you're going to see the same thing. Here's a very large orb that we have, and I'm probably picking the wrong one for you, Brian. Let's look at this one. This one has the jewels on the outside. It's embossed here. You've got the matte color, and then you've got the shiny right here. But again, we're talking about layers in every piece of this ornament's detailing. We're going to slide on around. More ribbed ornaments, and what I mean by ribbed is they're fanned this way, so we have that texture in there, but then we have the jewels across the top at the same time. Good looking stems, lots of little mirrors, lots of little sequins that reflect the light from the blue, and again gives us that deep, deep saturation. But the night sky is really incredible. It's elegant, it's beautiful with those deep, deep dark blues, but we have to have the contrast with that in order to complete the look, and our contrast comes from our snow and our shimmering stars and our moonlight. And that's what we're going to see as we move over to the second tree in Norwegian Woods. And that is our white flocked tree. And it's filled with nice soft whites. And the blues, as you notice, are just barely blues. All of a sudden we have just a little bit of iridescence. Again, we're seeing a lot of layering. So like this ornament here, you know, we can say, well, it has an embossed pine cone on it, but that doesn't really do this ornament justice. We've got the snow on the inside. We have the embossed pine needle on the outside that you can just rub your finger across, and we've got a little bit of shimmer. And then you get to the pine cone itself, and it actually has the pieces of the feathers of the pine cone on there, and then each one of those has beading on the top of it too. Beautiful. We've got our bird's nest here. We've got a little bit of our blueberries up here, and then a little bit of our green blueberries or berry stems that are here with this. And then just a little bit of the soft, soft blue as we work our way around. You'll notice that we had strong, solid, opaque color on the dark tree, but when we moved over to the light tree, that's where you're going to find your clear. You're going to be able to see right through the ornaments over here, and that's kind of the contrast, the difference. But of course, you know, you can blend these any way that you see a desire. The white owls are here. They come in 3 different sizes. These are the large ones, and of course they're featured prominently here in this tree. But the medium-sized ones and the little ones are also beautiful on wreaths, and they look fantastic inside of a Melrose lanterns. I want to make sure that you see that. As we move from Norwegian Woods, and again in Atlanta, Norwegian Woods was one of those collections that people gravitated towards. And I mentioned to Brian that I've got a 25-year-old daughter. She's the age of acquisition. She's buying a home, fixing everything for every single room. She is the one that's acquiring right now. And that's key for marketing, so that we know that we're always reaching that person that's going to be doing a little bit more spending. They're kind of the cream of the crop. And that group, 20 to 30-year-old females, are really into that book series that has the night court featured. And I think that's kind of playing prominently into that theory, because you have the dark mysteriousness of the night sky, you have the shimmering light of the stars and the moonlight. It comes together, it's a little romantic. When she saw the tree, she immediately fell in love with it. But we're going to switch now, and we're going to talk about something a little bit different. Ken says in his introduction video for 2022, the key for Melrose is the exclusive products and the pre-mades, because we have so many exclusive products that we brought in, more than we've ever brought in before. And we have more pre-mades than we've ever brought in before. And right here in Nordic Fest, we have two examples of two of the pre-mades that are doing very, very well in our garlands, and three of our top selling wreaths. So this first one, you're going to notice we got a little bit of that greenish blue color with our evergreens here, our red berries and our pine cones. But right next door, we have no pine needles. We just see the branches, and they're covered with a nice crystalline that gives you the idea that it's iced. And so this is our garland. Our wreath is pre-made, ready to go. And then as we slide across the wall, we're going to see something that's very unusual, but a pre-made that's doing well. And that is our pine cone, but it's kind of got a frosted look to it. So it's not exactly snow, and it's not flocked. It's got a little bit of glitter, a little bit of highlighting. It has frosted red berries, but it's mostly all pine cones. That one is a pre-made that is doing very well. And I want to point out, all of these here in Nordic Fest, we have the stems on the wall. We have the stems in the bundles, just like this one. Look at this. This is a nice set that's encrusted all the way down, that matches your garland, matches your wreath, and then we even have a piece like this. Look at this one. Very nice piece. I'm going to pick that up for you, Brian. So again, we've got the bluish green, the berries, or then we have the ones with just the branches and the ice, and then we have all pine cone. And then we're here for Nordic Fest, and this is our designer tree for Nordic Fest. It's a lot of fun. First thing you're going to notice, the prominentness is of the polar bears, and they're having a ball. We've got some of them that are on skis, like this. You can see his little metal skis. He's sliding down a snowflake, because why wouldn't you? And then the other thing is we have one that is also on a toboggan type sled. The ornaments on this tree, we have a lot of new ornaments here in Nordic Fest. Some of our popular ones continue to be from seasons past our wooden snowflakes with a little bit of a whitewash finish on them. They look a little bit natural. And then we have, look at this natural Scandinavian style tree. This is doing really, really well, and it's doing really well in the natural color. We have this one actually in a white too, and I'm going to show it to you right here. But of these two Scandinavian trees, we do know that the natural is doing very, very well. We have two new sets of cardinals that are presented in 2022. In this collection, Nordic Fest, I call it just a silhouetted cardinal, because we noticed that we don't have any detailing along the face. It's just a nice gloss on a wooden ornament. It's double-sided, and it's perfect to put in your stems and then do a little drop and have it turning around. It gives your tree a little bit of life. That is doing very well here on this tree. Also, the wicker themed ornaments, and there's a set of these. Here's our bell, and it's got a wicker finish it's just a bell pattern, wicker finish on it. Here's the mitten, and it's got a little bit of fur on the top. And again, it looks kind of like a basket, but it's a resin. You can kind of tap on it. And then here's our little hat, and it's got the fur, a little bit of hat, a little bit of ball on the side of it. Everything here, you're going to have just a little touch of red with your berries, your whites, and it's all going to come together with that red and white, but it feels warm, it feels comfortable. It feels like we're all going outside to play in the snow. One last thing I want to share with you here. We have the laser cut snowflakes with just the teeniest, tiniest gray blue bell. This ornament is doing very, very well. You'll want to make sure that you check that out in Nordic Fest. Thank you for joining me this morning. We hope we see you tomorrow when we open here in Las Vegas. We hope you come pick up your badge. You get registered for Melrose Insiders, because again, that's where we're going to have more of this in depth. I'm going to tell you kind of which ornaments are doing better, which ones you need to make sure are in your shopping cart. We're going to talk about the virtual showroom that's available for you, and that's where I'm going to go through and I'm going to share with you some of the things that the designers did different here in Las Vegas than they presented to us in Dallas and what they presented to us in Atlanta. We hope to see you again soon.